Every town has a ghost story that's been passed down through the generations. But what if those legends were true? My name is Miranda Young, and I'm the Ghost Biker. Hey, everybody. Happy Thursday night. Here we are, May 1st. And guess what? We're back on the air. We have been a little bit busy the last little bit. And I have to apologize because normally I am not this inconsistent with being on live and on the show in the nearly 5 years that we've done the show. Up until this year, we just barely missed an episode. And so, but life has been life, and things has been rather busy here over the last couple months. So we're hoping to change that with the with rolling into the summer here. Got some really cool things planned. So so again, I apologize for not being on the last couple weeks, but I'm so thankful to be here and can't believe here we are in the first part of May. So just want to say hello to a lot of folks over here in the chat room. Thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. It's always wonderful to see your wonderful faces and to be able to include you guys in the conversation. Hello to Sylvain. It is always wonderful to see you. I know you're here almost every week, and so it's always good to see you. Miss Sonia Thompson down there in North Georgia. How are you doing, my friend? Always good to see you. Daryl Paulette from Clover Hill Village. Really enjoyed being table neighbors with Daryl and Becky from Clover Hill Village this past week. They're at EnigmaCons. It's St. Albans, which we'll be talking about here in just a little bit. But it was very cool to get to catch up with them and hear how things are going there with the village. I know we highlighted it during season 6 of the show, and they are doing fantastic from what I'm hearing. It's always glad to hear of people doing well and hearing that people are out exploring and loving the village as much as I do, and I know Daryl and Becky does. Hello to Nancy Weems. Hope you're having a great evening. Mr. Ronnie Anderson, got to see him this past weekend there at EnigmaCons. Saw quite a few of you folks there at EnigmaCons this past weekend. Got to meet some new friends, and hopefully some of them will be on the show coming up here in the future. So it was great to see you. You guys did an amazing job putting this event on this past weekend. You should definitely be proud to have another successful event under your belt there, which, like I said, we will talk about here in just a little bit. Bob Burnell, hope you're doing well, sir. It was good to see you during the Jailhouse Informant, and always good to see you on here. Becky, your ears must have been burning because I was just talking about you a few moments ago. Outlaw Paranormal, hello. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you guys are doing well. Robert, I thank you so much for popping on here. It's great to see you, and definitely enjoy that EVP review. I know that's one of the things as investigators I always enjoy it. And getting those EVPs, I tell you, that's one of those things whenever you hear that voice on the recorder, and you know, like if you're the only male or only female in the building there, and you hear that opposite sex voice come across the recorder that you can't account for. For me, that's one of those things that just kind of spurs you forward and motivates you to get it done. So enjoy that. Thank you for dropping in and saying hello. I hope the EVP review goes well. Kim Brady, hello. It was great to see you this past weekend. And let's see here. Yeah, so if any of the folks that's on here that didn't say hello, greetings. Thank you so much for tuning in. Tonight is just going to be kind of a open conversation, talking about some of the things that we've had going on over the last little bit, and some of the things that we've got coming up. I was going to do the video review from the old bank building. I know we've not done a show on that yet where we've gone over things, but I wanted to line that up before another investigation. I'm actually going to be traveling next Thursday night, so hopefully I'll be able to do the show from somewhere along the way to when I go to Wisconsin next weekend. So hopefully I'll be able to pop on and do a show live from the road. But I didn't want to do that if I wasn't going to be doing an investigation. So sometime here in the next couple weeks, we'll be doing a live review. Who knows? We may do a live review of the bank building episode on next week's show. I'll keep you posted on that. But we will have that coming up. We've also got some live investigations planned. We're going to be pulling out the old military cot here and here in the next couple weeks, and we will probably. My goal is to take that to the bank building and see if that stirs up any activity. Also, some live footage from where the cot has been set up. When I know that when we did the investigation, if you watched that, you saw that whatever spirit we were talking to wanted me to set it up in my room. We've got some live footage from some live sleeping footage that we'll be reviewing as well. We'll also be setting it up there in the jail and doing some more live investigations at some other pretty cool locations. That will be coming up here over the summer that I'm very, very excited about. Let's talk a little bit about St. Albans. Hello, Susan. Thank you so much for tuning in. Great friend of the show there. So let's kind of talk a little bit about St. Albans and EnigmaCons that happened this past weekend. So I'm really thrilled and honored to have been a part of this event. I know that Bedford Paranormal does a heck of a job putting this event on. They had put it on for quite a few years before I was invited to be a part of it. And so I believe this was, this was my fourth year. I went in 2020, and so this was my fourth year being a part of the event, and it's always so much fun. This team, these guys and gals, they do such a great job of making the speakers feel special, the vendors feel seen, and the people who are interested in the paranormal and the investigators that go there, making sure that they have a really good experience. So this year was no different. They pull out all the stops when it comes to the dinner, and I'll pull up a few pictures here. This dinner's theme was Marie Laveau and Louisiana Bayou country, and so I loved seeing the different costumes. I actually wore one of the dresses from that I wear at my rugby event, and it was so much fun. The decorations on this was absolutely phenomenal. So, whoops, that's the bike event. I scrolled the wrong way. So I'm just going to kind of scroll through some of these and show you all some of the photos from. This was the dinner the night before. They had a dinner and an investigation with the vendors as well as the speakers. So the food was fantastic. The decorations were just absolutely phenomenal, with the backdrop of St. Albans. I mean, you just can't beat that. So these were a few photos from that night. Very touching ceremony that Bedford did for some of the folks who had passed away that were involved with either St. Albans or with involved personally with the team. It was a very touching ceremony. I was given a gift. It was my birthday weekend, and so it was really cool to be honored. The cake, food, everything was absolutely fantastic. I got there. I had a long drive in traffic, and so with the horrible weather and the horrible traffic, I was a little bit later getting there, and so I didn't get to spend as much time socializing with everybody before dinner, and wish I could have taken some more pictures. But these were pictures from the very next day. All day long they had vendors set up in one of the main conference room. There's my Ghost Biker booth. I had exclusive Ghost Biker merchandise, as well as a few things from the jail. I didn't bring too much. I did bring some of our new stickers that we had. Um, and then, of course, these are just some pictures from throughout the day with some of the different speakers. Um, Glider, good friend of the show, and everybody in the paranormal there knows Glider, and such a great motivational speaker. Um, he just every time we get together, we always have to take selfies. So this is just kind of showing some of the tables and booths. This was very early on, right before we opened. So some of the vendors was kind of walking around there and such. So um, Miss Pat doing readings. Beyond the Badge Paranormal, I just want to talk for a few minutes about these guys. It was really cool. They spoke the night of the dinner, and I'm really looking forward to having these folks on my show. They are a team of law enforcement, firefighters, park rangers, service folk, and so I'm really excited to have them on. They use their platform to talk about some very tough issues, suicide awareness, tragedies, and dealing with PTSD and different things of that nature. They create content, and like I said, are using their platform to do this. I think they have a really great mission, and I look forward to having these folks on the show at some point, so that they can talk. And actually, I'm going to pull this full screen because you don't need to see me sitting here talking. We'll pull that up full screen there. Um, Talking about their mission and what they do. So it was really great to listen to them. They were actually out talking to some folks, so that's why they weren't at their table. But like I said, we've Cabin on 360. I had Dennis Eslock on my show. Gosh, I guess it's been excuse me, a couple years now since he came on the show, and he's doing great things with Cabin on 360. And so it was cool to get to sit down the night before the event. We actually sat down, him and Daryl from Clover Hill Village and myself. We sat down and had a long conversation while we were setting up about some of the different challenges and some of the creative things that we're doing with our different locations. And so it was great to meet Dennis in person and be able to talk to him. And if you've not been to visit the Cabin on 360, this is one that I definitely want to go and do an episode at. I've heard some great stories from people who have investigated there, and think that y'all should definitely check them out if you have not. They're in Mechanicsburg, Virginia. And then, of course, we had Copperhead from Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum. That's a favorite location of so many people. And Copperhead is such a legend with his stories and such. So it was great to meet him, or not meet him, but get to sit and talk with him. I met him a few years ago. Can't forget him. Um, Transcend Paranormal, they did a great presentation. Alan and Steve and those folks uh, with the Hanover Tavern and some of the different locations that they frequent. Great group of people. Like I said, there was just a lot of great booths, and there's some of the guys from Beyond the Badge, the back of them. Um, the day was full of speakers, and like I said, I was honored to be a part of that. I spoke from 2 to 3, and I talked about ghost biker explorations, as well as the Village of Historic Rugby and the historic Scott County Jail, letting folks know about our locations and playing some of the evidence and stuff that was highlighted there. Like you can see, once things opened up, it was a full house, and that was just all day long. People were cycling through um, the event there. And then, of course, there's my friends that are actually over in the chat room, Kim and James Brady. They came to the event from SLPR. And so it was always great to see them. James made my music box that I highlight in a lot of my different episodes. And that's one of my favorite tools that I use. So I'm always excited to use that item, and always very excited. James and Kim have always been so supportive of our locations, and so it was wonderful to be able to get to see them spend the weekend. I didn't get to investigate with them, which was one of the things that I absolutely hated that I didn't get to do. Whoa, that's kind of a weird view. There we go. So anyways, I was hoping to get to investigate with them, but I can't wait to talk to James, because he said that the investigation that they had there, he investigated there at St. Albans 2 nights in a row, and said that the activity was incredible. So, which doesn't surprise me, because obviously St. Albans is so much fun there. And so, like I said, lots of this was from the panel. I know there was some pictures floating around from when I spoke, but I don't have those. I don't have those on me right now. So let me just kind of pull here and see. Look at the comments. Let me scroll back here, because all right. Yes, Nancy, I do have crickets. I have the windows open here in my farmhouse. I try not to turn my air conditioning on very till I absolutely have to. And the crickets are actually chirping really, really loud tonight, which is actually kind of nice. But I gotta tell you, the cicadas are starting to come out, and it's about to get really loud with those cicadas. I have seen, probably just on my porch alone, 50 cicadas, and it's I think the 17-year one that's coming out this year. So we shall see. Let's see. Bob says the bank review will be great. It was a busy night. I can't wait. I can't wait to jump on to the bank review, because that one was really cool, and there was some fascinating things that happened. Like I said, I kind of want to line that one up with a second investigation. So I'd like to review the evidence, and then the very next week have an investigation, a secondary investigation at the bank. And I'm going to do multiple things with that. I'm going to, for one, have let me plug my computer in right here. For one, I'm going to have I'm going to do some tests and be down at the jail, and we're just going to kind of do it where I have a camera in there, and I'm not inside the bank, and nobody's inside the bank. I'll even bring Sally down to the jail as well, so that there is nothing in there that's going to cause any type of contamination. I'll also bring the cot and see if that triggers any activity. So it's going to be a lot of fun with some of the things that I've got planned for the bank. But first, we'll go over that evidence and see what we got. Hello to Mr. Alan May. Was just talking about you and your wonderful escape room that you had set up there at St. Albans. Let's see here. And thank you for your very nice compliment. It was an honor to be a part. I've got to post my pictures from that. When I got back here, I went straight to work, and we've been working on a big remodel here at my house, and so I've literally just been going nonstop since. Thank you, Nancy. I do appreciate that. Thank you, Becky. Yeah, so this was kind of a fun surprise. The canned fish challenge, or the I wrote it down. The and I may say it wrong. Surströmming, surströmming challenge. I know that a lot of folks have probably seen that online. What is it, the world's smelliest fish challenge that was going down. Let's see. Somebody tell me, Daryl, was it you that had the video posted on there? Let me. I'll pull that up. So just to kind of talk a little bit about this surprising challenge. Um, so okay, let me see here if I can pull that up. Yeah, there we go. So so while we were doing the panel, Copperhead looked over at me and he said, "Are you going to be part of the part of the surstrumming challenge?" And I was like, I hadn't heard anything about it, and so he said, "Yeah, yeah." He said, "We're going to eat this smelly fish." And so I thought, and if you get the opportunity, look it up. If you just type in "world's smelliest fish," then you'll see what we're talking about, and read just how much this fish reeks. So the guys from Bedford there decided that they were going to see who could do this challenge, and so I'm never one to back away from a challenge. So I said, sure, why not? And I'll just pull up this video right here. Let me. I don't know if this is the full thing, but there's Ronnie. Ronnie says, "It all started a few months ago with Copperhead and myself on a date. I failed miserably." Oh, I guess that's supposed to be on a dare, maybe. Let me pull this up here. Yeah, unfortunately, but Ronnie, I can't blame you. I do have a confession to make on this. I normally, yeah, I thought it was a dare. I read that and I was like, yeah, I think he means dare. So I do have a confession to make. I I was helping. I was cleaning off some cemeteries this past week, and apparently I got into something. I normally don't have allergies, but I ended up getting something, some type of congestion from some type of weed or something that I cut down on one of these cemeteries. And so when I went, I I honestly couldn't smell until I got right on it. You literally, I would have to like get this close to something to smell it. I didn't smell the fish until I put it in my mouth, and the taste was not as bad as the smell. The smell was pretty rancid. It's fermented fish is what it is. And so so let me just pull up this video. I'll show you what we're talking about. I know there was a couple of these videos circulating, so let's see what we got here.
Good. Wind's changing.
It's actually a delicacy. Yeah, you get away. Throw up on the ground. You can do it. Come on. Good looking badass that pushed everybody into this.
We're just getting butt shots.
My life. You gotta get your hands in there.
Yeah. You're lucky that was your fork and not fish, because I'd have scared you.
Ronnie just headed down the hill.
Oh my God.
So who's drinking some of the juice?
Like you said you was going first. Oh, shit. Hey, get away from my hand.
Oh, geez.
We're not good down there.
It ain't stay.
This way. Yeah.
All right, copperhead. Big chunk head.
All right, here we go. Hey, Daddy, right next to you.
Mm-hmm.
Salt. Salty as hell. Tastes like salt. Vicky.
It's not that bad.
It's okay.
Well, it was hard to keep a straight face. Oh my God.
That's what it smells. Salty.
Yeah. Salty rock.
All right, Steve.
Oh God.
You gotta do it straight up.
Oh.
Trying to get a damn piece. Yeah.
Oh God.
Get down.
It went down, but I don't know for how long, but it's down there. I haven't eaten nothing all day preparing for this. Oh God. Stink is not the word for that.
It's not bad. Oh, wow.
It's just salty, but it's just the smell. Oh God.
Yeah, and the bad part is you still smell it.
Oh God. It's down, but it may not stay down. Oh.
Hit the juice, Daryl.
Who's going to take a shot of the juice?
Hey. Do it.
I did.
All right, where we going to eat, Steve?
Oh, you got that.
Yeah.
Here's my dumbass coming down the wind like that.
Oh God. I already think that's air hockey.
It's really not good. That's not even right.
I could tell my nose.
Come on, Ronnie.
Do I need to get your piece?
Come on.
Look, the taste ain't what would get me. It's the smell.
Check it down.
Oh, look at that big piece.
Clear.
Good God.
Come on, Big Daddy. Here, Ronnie. Ronnie. What's wrong?
Get up your bad.
You all right?
I opened it. I'm not disposing of it.
We've been down here the whole time. Can't smell nothing.
Yeah, we got to get her opening it up.
So, whoops. So, so that's what we do after hours at those conventions. I felt so bad for you, Ronnie. That stuff was just, ugh. But like I said, for me, I had a stuffed up nose. I still kind of got a little bit of congestion here, but I couldn't really smell it. So, so that kind of worked out pretty good. I actually ended up stopping at Captain D's on the way home. But much better fish than what was there. So yeah, it was one of those things. It was cool to do, but I shudder to think about what they've got planned for next year, because just talking about some of the ideas, I know those guys are pretty creative. I don't know. So anyways, so it was definitely a fun event. Was very glad to be a part of that. Looks like we've got Jeremy on here. We were just talking about him with Beyond the Badge. Definitely was a great event. And yeah, I don't blame you for not doing that. I think one of the funniest parts there on the video was Becky mentioned it was when Glider just you see him in his wheelchair just roll away. He's like, yeah, no, I'm not going to be part of that. And I think for me, the worst part was the aftertaste. It was so salty, and it was kind of like trying to get it on your fork. It was kind of like a slug trying to get it on the fork, or algae when it's hanging on a fishing line. But that aftertaste is one that it sticks with you for a long time, and no amount of chewing gum or cough drops or anything like that can get rid of that just horrible aftertaste. But thank you. I appreciate that. And they put it in the bag. I kept thinking, yeah, they're gonna somebody that takes that trash out in a few days is gonna think that there's a body hidden in there. It was so bad. So anyways, so great event. Very honored to be a part. I will be posting those pictures here very soon that I took that day. So thank you to everyone who stopped by the booth, purchased merchandise, and listen to my presentation as well as all of the other folks' presentation. We really appreciate that. And I hope you guys do this again next year. And if you didn't have the opportunity to attend, I hope you will do that. So a couple other things going on. This coming Saturday apparently must be in the middle of convention season. Everything is kicking off really strong here in this area. Let me find it here. Day after tomorrow, on May 3rd, this coming Saturday, Ghost of Tennessee Paranormal Investigations is putting on the Shadows and Spirits Paracon. And this event is going to be taking place over in Red Boiling Springs, Tennessee. And you can't say Red Boiling Springs without knowing about the Thomas House bed and breakfast that's there. That place is a legend here in Tennessee with some iconic activity. And the funds from this event goes to help the Thomas House. Mark Walsh is doing a great job of getting this event put together, and I am honored to be one of the guests at this event. I know that Shane and Angie McLean are going to be there. I had Father Shane on my show earlier this year, and we talked about demonology and religion and the paranormal, and I've had requests to have him back on the show, which hopefully we will here at some point, but I look forward to meeting him in person. Michael and Marty Perry, Pam Harris, the Appalachian Gypsy Healing Arts, Ron Murphy, just to name a few, Eerie Travels podcast. I mean, we've got a lot of folks that's going to be at this event. I'm not sure. I believe I'm speaking during the 2:00 hour, but I'm not 100% sure. But this is the first annual of this event. So let's kick this off and let this be a good one. If you are in the area, or if you're not too far from the area, definitely go take a little time and check this out. I believe the event, so this is all Central Time. Let me just back out and make sure I've got information on this event. I was looking here to see if it had, this does not have, so this is the group. This does not have the time it starts, but I will share the full poster here after the podcast with all of that information. But it is the Shadows and Spirits Paracon. It's about from here, it's about a 2.5 hour drive. I'm going to be driving up in the morning and driving back in the afternoon. So it's not a very far drive from this area. If you're in Middle Tennessee, in Nashville, or if you're in Kentucky, on the southern end of Kentucky, it's not that far. So hopefully you all can come by and check it out, show a little love and support. Let's see, just kind of looking at the comments here. Ronnie says, around midnight, Copperhead burped in my face and brought back bad memories. Okay, that's funny. The let's see here. Thank you, Jeremy. I appreciate that, and so did y'all's. Like I said, I'll be getting with you on some dates if you would be interested in coming on the show and talking about your mission and what you do with your show. So, and Ronnie, thank you so much for your kind words. I do appreciate that, and I'm always happy to promote and dedicate time to these locations. The paranormal is a passion, and just something I absolutely love. But being able to save these historic locations, it's really kind of a mission that I feel that I have. So I'm always happy to be a part of that. Um, have a good night, Jeremy. Thank you so much for stopping in, and hope you have a great evening. Hello to John Keller, Connecticut's Most Wanted. Thank you so much for tuning in here, and thank you, Becky. I enjoyed being your booth neighbor. I appreciate when I have my coughing spell that I appreciate the water. So thank you for being such a great neighbor. All right. So we've talked about the Shadows and Spirits Paracon that's coming up. Let's see. Another event that is going to be coming up the very next weekend is, let's see, let's get this pulled up here. And that is the Wisconsin Cryptids, Anomalies, and Paranormal Convention. So, if there's anyone that's watching from out there in the Midwest, in the Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, Minnesota, Iowa area, I hope you'll come and check us out over there at in Appleton, Wisconsin. This is going to be such a fun event. There's only a few states that I've not been in. I've mentioned this before, and this is I'm excited to be able to check this state off. I think there's like 5 or 6 states that I've not been to yet, and Wisconsin is one of them. And so I can't wait to go to this event. The Bigfoot hike. So all this is going to take place on the 9th through the 11th. And on the 9th, they're having a VIP Bigfoot hike. And so I can't wait. This is going to be my first Bigfoot hike that I've done. And no better place than Wisconsin to kick it off. It's going to start with a meet and greet dinner and Bigfoot expedition at 5 p.m. And then at 7 p.m. is our Bigfoot expedition hike. And so they're not disclosing the location until after you buy tickets, but it looks like that one is sold out. I'm going to get to be part of Barnaby Jones's team there. We're going to be taking a group. I think they're dividing it into 3 teams. And so I can't wait to be a part of this. And then on Saturday, doors open at 10 a.m. Central Time. And it's going to go all day long, and there's going to be vendors and speakers. They're going to be releasing the Bigfoot in Wisconsin documentary and doing gallery readings. Let's see if I can pull up the poster here. It's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of folks that I know through Facebook, but have never met in person, because this is kind of going into a different region for me. So I'm very excited to be able to share about Ghost Biker Explorations, as well as share about the 2 locations that I co-own and love, and hopefully get some folks from over in that area to be able to come and check it out. And so I hope that you all will come and check out this event. Let's see here. Let me pull up the convention again. And then, of course, on Sunday, May 11th, is the VIP Paranormal Investigation. They've got 2 different time slots, 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. and 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. And they are investigating bean snappers, which is the old Gainer's Tavern. So I hear that this location is very active and very interesting. I'm not going to get to be a part of that. I actually opted to do the Bigfoot hike instead of the investigation, which is something different for me because the paranormal is my thing. But I'm really looking forward to dipping my toes into the Bigfoot side of things. So they do still have tickets available to the 5 to 9 p.m. one. Like I said, come check it out. And I think, I may be wrong, but if you go and check out their website, which is wisconsincaps.com, wisconsincaps.com. I'm actually going to copy that and put that here in the comments section. And so if you go and check that out, you can find all of the different information. Barnaby has a great podcast that he has some amazing guests, and I really love hearing when he dives into talking about Bigfoot and other cryptids. Very fascinating speaker and great podcast. So you can definitely check that out online. And I got to meet him when he was at the Haygood Mill Festival there in Pickens, South Carolina. I got to meet him in person, and just such a great guy. So very excited to be a part of that event, and that will be taking place Mother's Day weekend on up in Appleton, Wisconsin. So we will be live from the road on Thursday night. I don't know exactly where I'm going to be Thursday evening, but it's a 10.5 hour drive for me. So I'm going to leave on Thursday and then go most of the way and then finish up on Friday and check in and get up there before the Bigfoot hike. So it's going to be a fun weekend. I'm hoping to check out some really cool locations there in Wisconsin. Who knows if I find somewhere cool to stop at, may just go live. Otherwise, I may just do some videoing. But it's going to be definitely a fun road trip, and really, really looking forward to that. So that's coming up this weekend. And then the very next weekend, we'll be back at the jail, but we will be and actually while I'm in Wisconsin, Chris is going to be at the Rugby British Festival, which will be taking place that same weekend. So we have more information about that on the Jailhouse Informant podcast, and also on Historic Rugby if you're in the area and want to check that out. Now, the very next week on May 16th or 17th, so it's going to be actually May 17th, we're going to be part of the 10th annual Tennessee Mountain Laurel Festival, which is going to take place in Wartburg, Tennessee. It's about 30 miles from the jail. This is their 10th year, but it's our first year being part of this. So we're going to be there. I won't have any Ghost Biker merchandise at this one, but I will have lots of jail merchandise there because it's going to be a jail and historic rugby after dark booth. And then we're also going to have Eric Freeman Sims at the jail. He is an author, podcaster, paranormal investigator. We've had him on the show here. I've been on his show, the Unseen Paranormal Podcast, which is a very hit it's a award-winning and hit podcast. But he is also an author. And so he's going to have his book there, going to be signing it. And hopefully we're going to have some of those books for sale in the Jailhouse gift shop as well. So that's going to be taking place on the exact same day as the Tennessee Mountain Laurel Festival. So we've got dual events going on for a couple weekends here at the jail. And then we don't have the poster out for it yet, but if you're a biker and you want to be part of our first motorcycle ride of the season, there's going to be a ride that takes place on June 7th. It's going to be our annual ride that we take that stops at R.M. Brooks General Store, and they're having their Biker Appreciation Day. You're going to be able to get an exclusive sticker there as well as lunch. So we will start at I'm still figuring out exactly where I want the starting spot to go, but It's going to be about a 98 to 110 mile ride with the stop there at Brooks Store. We'll stop there for an hour for lunch to listen to the live music and to meet and greet with some of the other bikers that's going to be there at the event. Her event is going to be going all day long. And then we will end the ride with a stop and a tour of the historic Scott County Jail. So all of that is going to take place on June 7th. So that's leading us on into June. We'll be posting the poster on that very, very soon. And then fast forward to Goblin Con. Goblin Con is going to be taking place in Hopkinsville, Kentucky on October 17th and October 18th. We're very excited to be a part of that. I'm excited I did the logos for this. So it's going to be very cool. Got some cool merchandise and swag there. Eric is doing an amazing job, as well as the city of Hopkinsville, to put this event on. This is based on the Hopkinsville Goblin. And let me just pull up. They're actually announcing their speakers now. So they're announcing a new speaker every week. Both Chris and I are part of this. And let me pull this up. Christy is going to be there talking about Soul Sisters Paranormal and the historic Rugby After Dark. And then I'm going to be there talking about Ghost Biker Explorations and the Scott County Jail. And together we're going to be doing a presentation, a Paranormal 101 type presentation. But we're doing something a little bit different with this. That we're really excited about. So you'll have to come and listen to this. But this will take place in Hopkinsville, Kentucky, which is in Western Kentucky. And we're the Hopkinsville, the Kelly Green men goblin sighting took place. So lots of cool folks. When they release the full speaker list, I know like I said, they've been announcing every week, but they're going to release the full poster after they announce all of the speakers. So very excited and honored to be a part of that. Hopefully we'll have some more Ghost Biker events that will be taking place in between, but we're pretty loaded up for the month of May. And then we're going to be very busy with investigations and such there at the jail. Working on season 8 of Ghost Biker Explorations and getting things planned for the season, which will come out here in October. I seriously can't believe it's May. I mean, normally January and February seem like they just kind of drag on. But for me, I don't know about y'all, but for me, it seemed like they just flew by. And this year has just been absolutely flying by. Got lots of live investigations planned. This year, we're kind of doing things a little bit different with the podcast. We haven't really had very many guests on the show. And I've really actually kind of enjoyed that. I don't know if y'all have or not, because I know I've been sort of sporadic, but I enjoy just getting on here and talking with you all. Maybe we'll be talking about some more topics, reviewing more episodes, doing more lives, and we'll pepper in some guests. A couple of the guests that I have planned, they are not paranormal investigators, and that's kind of intentional. I wanted to do something of having more real people, real people with real stories that don't go out and do this every weekend like we do. I kind of believe that the intention that they have when they're experiencing this, maybe it's fear-based, or maybe it's occupational based, but I'm really interested in why some of these people are experiencing some of the things that they are. So I've got some pretty interesting guests lined up that we'll be talking to here throughout the summer, again, that are not paranormal based. Also a few different panels and roundtables. as I said, Daryl and Dennis and I had a really great discussion about locations. And so, kind of, I'm wanting to do a panel of location owners to talk about some different things on here, because I want to get your feedback on it, and then also, sort of talk about some of the things we experience as location owners that maybe as investigators you haven't thought about. So a lot of interesting things coming up, but my favorite part are the live investigations. So definitely know that there are more of those planned. I've got some good feedback from people who watch every week, which are you guys, and it seems to be that people enjoy the live investigations, and I really enjoy investigating live with you all. I think that it gets some interesting evidence. So it's cool to be able to do that other times rather than just during the season. So, so we will definitely be doing some of those. Let's see here. Hey, Adam. I hope you're doing well. We were just talking about you and EnigmaCons there. I think it would be fun to do an episode in season 8 with the glider. I mean, I think that would be fantastic. Maybe we need to set something up. Let me know if you're available on Tuesday nights, and we'll try to do that. And if we can't do it as an episode of season 8, then we definitely need to do it as a Thursday night. And Nancy, I do agree. I think that new eyes is definitely one of the reasons for that activity. So, hello there, Michelle. Thank you so much for popping in and saying hi to us. Um, that's just some of the things. Oh, I definitely want to mention Haunted Discoveries. They released their episode of on the Village of Historic Rugby, and it's a two-parter. They're in season 4 of their show right now, and they do a fantastic job putting things together. But we were excited to be highlighted with the jail in season 3. And then they came and they ended up spending a week over there in the village and putting out just an absolutely great episode, 2-part series of rugby. And the activity may actually really surprise you. Rugby is a very active place, but the things that these guys were capturing, in my opinion, it's probably one of my favorite episodes that they did. The activity is just so unique because of the story of rugby, and the fact that they were able to capture on video some of the things that we've been talking about on our tours, as well as other investigators have experienced, it just makes my heart happy, because they did a beautiful job with telling the story and filming at this wonderfully unique location. So you can watch that. I'm going to pull up my screen here. You can watch that if you go to excuse me, if you go to Haunt TV on YouTube. There are the 2 episodes right there. The one up there at the top is in green with Craig on the cover. That is the first episode. And then the second episode there is Rugby's Creepy Cemetery. So I feel like, personally, I like the second episode best of all. But the activity, it honestly blew my mind what they were able to capture. And every time I was seeing it and certain things would happen, it was like, yes, this is what we've been talking about. This is some of the things we've been experiencing, and these guys actually captured it on there. So check it out. Go and follow their past episodes. Watch the one on the jail. They've covered the Ditto House, Fort Duffield, Bardstown, Jailer's Inn, Waverly Hills. They really started covering locations in Kentucky, and then they came on down here to Tennessee and investigated some great places that are near and dear here in the area. So definitely check that out. And I love Ronnie's idea here, season 8 on cemeteries. Cemeteries is where I cut my teeth investigating, and I've had some pretty fun experiences in cemeteries, and some of these cemeteries are just absolutely beautiful with some great history to them. So that may be a very good possibility on as far as doing an episode there. Hello to Brandon Cooper. It's always good to see you. You know, I honestly feel like I have been so far out of the loop on everything. I have not been on social media very much over the last couple months. I've been remodeling here at my farmhouse, extending. When I moved into this house, I downsized dramatically, and I needed a little more space so that I could get back into my drawing and my art and everything. And so I found this amazing contractor, a old Marine, and I love hearing his stories. And he closed in my back porch, and I now have a new room. So here, very soon, we're going to be back in the Ghost Biker garage, because that area is going to be cleared out, and so we will be in the new studio there every week for the show. And then we're also going to be that's going to kind of free up some of my time. So I've been working day and night at the jail, and in my spare time trying to work here at my house and running errands with my mom, and doing, it's like I said, I I'm lucky if I'm able to get any sleep. At times we're so busy. So yeah, very excited. Hopefully after the travel is done, I'll actually be back in the garage. I'm going to give myself about 2 weeks. That's what I'm hoping for. And it's been a long time coming. So I am so very excited about that. Plus, being off social media, I feel like is, and I'm not off social media. I would be if it wasn't for work, but being off social media has been good for the mental health and everything. I am. A lot of people don't realize that I'm an introvert, and so I have, my phone is just constantly going with freelance work, with the jail, rugby, and everything. And I started to feel kind of overwhelmed. And so, and just with all the negativity and stuff that's going on social media, it felt good to actually really kind of step away and step back from all that. I miss seeing everybody and interacting everyone, but it just goes to show how easy it is to get attached to the hip, to your phone, and to social media. And I just better off for it. I don't have I don't have TV, and I actually don't even have internet here at my farmhouse. So I try to be as secluded and back. I broadcast my show through my mobile hotspot, which I'm very grateful to be able to do that with the service. So yeah, I keep it pretty rustic here. So it's kind of a big jump with going from the quietness and everything to the loudness of the social media and stuff. So I am well, but I have been away from social media on the grander scale of things, and it's a very beautiful thing. So anyways, enough about that. I could go on. I could go on for a long time about that, but it's definitely something that's been good for the mental health to step away, seclude, and try to get some much needed projects and stuff done. We don't realize how big of a distraction a lot of other things around can be, and when you can step away, you can really hear the things and experience the things that are important to you. And I've kind of found it helps with centering and grounding for investigations too. So anyways, like I said, next week, Lord willing, we will have a show next Thursday night. It will just probably be from somewhere on the road on my way to Wisconsin. So I hope that you guys will tune in then. We will be having a Jailhouse Informant podcast as well. That will be 7 p.m. Eastern Time. One of the things we mentioned on the Jailhouse Informant that I hope that you guys will be on the lookout for is a lot of folks don't realize that we do have 2 locations, and these 2 locations are only about 20 minutes apart. So you can make it a full scale weekend, and we're going to be offering a special for the months of June, July, and August, where if you book an investigation at the jail and Rugby, we're calling it a weekend, but it doesn't have to be a weekend, just 2 nights in a row, Thursday and Friday, anytime Thursday through Sunday. If you book an investigation 2 nights in a row, you will get extra time at both locations. You will get 2 extra hours. So you will get an 8.5-hour investigation for the price of a 6.5-hour investigation at both locations. So that ends up being 4 extra hours out of that 2-night block for the price. We can't, we've tried to offer a discount, but because we have a partnership with Rugby as well as rent at the jail, we can't offer a discount, but we can give more time. So we're going to have ways that you can book that. And a lot of folks just don't realize that the locations are that close and that there's something interesting and fun to do whenever you come here to the area. So, so stay tuned. We will have more information on that. Hopefully, I'll have a way for you to book that this coming week. So, anyways, we hope you'll plan to join us. We've had a lot of repeat offenders at the jail that people have come and investigated each of the locations before. This year, I really think we've had more people that have done return visits versus new investigators all year long. I think it's outweighed by about 75% of the people that have come here have been people who have been here before multiple times, not just one time, but multiple times. So we hope that if you've experienced it once, you'll come back and experience it again, because you don't know what will happen. But if you are new and never visited one of our locations, we still hope you'll come and help us tell the story and find out more information about both of these locations through the paranormal. So anyways, I feel like I have gone on and on for that. Is the one hard thing about doing these shows solo, is it does feel like I feel like I just sit here and talk talk continuously. So but thank you all so much for listening to me and for attending this past weekend's event. Come see me this Saturday and help the Thomas House there in Red Boiling Springs. And check out some of these different people, locations, and places that I've mentioned. You might just find a new favorite place that you hadn't checked out before. Cabin on 360, Clover Hill Village, Beyond the Badge Paranormal, Bedford Paranormal. I know that there's a lot that I've not that I'm probably missing right now. But definitely go check out those locations, those content creators, and find something new that you'll enjoy. So, um, looking here at the comments. Thank you, Ronnie. Yeah, it definitely is a good way to reboot. And thank you for your kind comments there about the locations. Thank you, Daryl, for tuning in. And thank you, everyone else, for tuning in. We hope to see you next week. Stay tuned for more information about events, motorcycle rides, live investigations, everything, all the stuff that's going on. Stay tuned for more announcements about all that. I promise I will get better about making my Thursday night shows, and we will see you all very, very soon. So take care, everyone. Have a blessed week.